Good morning and welcome to Community Roundtable, a free public service brought to you on AM 1590 KDJS. If you're a member of a nonprofit organization and would like to be featured on the program, call the KDJS Newsline at 320-235-2900. That's 320-235-2900.
This is our Community Roundtable show. Al Sheldon there once again on a Sunday morning. Our program at 7:30 every Sunday. June is here. Dairy Days. Fun month. Lots going on. We're going to meet some of the Kandiyohi County Dairy Princesses right now. Chloe Lein is here. And you're going to lead off because you're closest to the microphone. How's that sound for being fair, huh?
Sounds pretty good.
Talk about your mom and dad. What are you doing with school? What's up for the summer? Things like that. Who are the mom and dad?
My parents are Trever and Brooke Lien. I'm from Spicer, Minnesota. My mom is actually a preschool teacher at NLS, and my dad works for Voss Concrete out of Painesville.
All right. And you're done with high school, right?
Yep, done with high school and just got done with my first year of college.
Where'd you go to college at?
I go to South Dakota State University.
So, Brookings, right?
Yep, in Brookings.
Cool campus.
Yes.
Been there once to watch some grandkids wrestle during a big tournament. That was a good time.
Yep.
Neat campus. I had not been there before.
Yes, I love it.
And even better, there was a Buffalo Wild Wings nearby.
Oh, yes, right by campus.
Oh, yeah, gosh. So when you talk about farming and cattle and dairy days, what's your involvement?
I work on 2 dairy farms, so I work for Steve and Amy Combs, where we milk about right now 40 to 45 head of Holstein and Holstein crossbreds. And then I also work for Roger and Mary Swart, where we milk 50 registered Holsteins. And I also have a third job where I work at Lettuce Abound out of New London, which is an organic lettuce farm. So it's really awesome to learn about a whole nother industry out there, and it's teaching me a lot of other skills that I may not have acquired in my other jobs. So
I've had some of their lettuce. That's really good.
Yes, it's a cool place to work.
So, do you ever have any time to sleep or anything then? Or?
No, not much. I work a full day every day.
What do you do when you're on the dairy farms helping out?
I milk cows, and right now we're working with a lot of our show heifers to get them ready for shows, and I also help with calf chores and anything that really needs to be done. Right now it's a little muddy to do anything else, so just trying to get rid of the mud and milk cows and have a good time.
Is something you just grew up with, or did you develop an interest at some point?
No, I grew up on a dairy farm, but we sold the cows in 2012, and I just continued my passion on through working at other people's farms and starting up my own herd, so it's really fun, yeah.
And they've got to be happy getting the help, huh?
Yeah, yes, for sure.
Very cool. What about college out of South Dakota State? What are you studying?
So I'm a dairy production animal science major with a minor in agronomy and ag marketing as of now. Things always change, but I've always had a very strong passion for the dairy industry, and so I just want to go to school and give back to all the dairy farmers that are out there.
Man, it's a tough business right now, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Things are not as good as they should be, and hopefully, like always, things will rebound.
Yep.
And get good again.
Yes.
Gosh. Very Dairy Princess, first year, second year, third year? How many years involved?
This is my second year as a Kandiyohi County Dairy Princess.
What kind of duties does that involve?
We go to lots of social events throughout the county. We go to lots of parades, and we talk to many different people from all over, of all ages, and it's just a really good time to be able to share the message that some dairy farmers aren't able to do because they're out doing chores. So we're the voice for the dairy farmers of our county.
Keeping busy. There are a lot of things going on here in June. My favorite, probably Build-A-Burger.
Yeah, Build-A-Burger and Cash-Wise.
Got some burgers, ice cream, and milk. You got the Oreo cookie, I think you can get.
Yep.
A little package going out for lunch there,
it's all great.
Good stuff. And parades, when do they start for you?
Well, we were supposed to have one in Sunburg, but kind of got rained out on that one, so they'll be starting up here quick. In probably a week or two, we'll have a couple. So.
Well, we're not that far from Wilberfest either in June here.
Nope.
That's a long parade.
Yep.
Good exercise.
Yes.
Talking about Chloe Lein once again, one of the dairy princesses for Kandiyohi County. How many are there overall?
There's 5 of us.
5 altogether, and we've got 2 right behind you. Going to have a third coming up here as we parade everybody by the microphone. You're on hallowed ground right there, because on Wednesday, LaTroy Hawkins of the Minnesota Twins was standing right there.
Oh, that's cool.
In here with the Stingers baseball team and doing some stuff, and pretty cool on the mic. He does television broadcasting now with the guys. So Trace Atkins was standing there just a few years ago.
Oh, goodness.
He's a little taller.
Yeah, he's a little taller than me. I'm not a very big person.
He's a big guy, yeah. Well, pleasure, Chloe, to meet you. Thanks for coming by here. Let's get Brooke to step on up to the microphone. Another of the Dairy Princesses, once again, a total of 5. Brooke, you still in high school, going to college? What are you doing?
No, I'm actually going to start my last year of college this year at South Dakota State. So
last year of college.
Yeah.
So what's the 4-year run been like? Has it been 4 years out there?
No, actually, this is only going to be my 3rd year. So I did a PSEO program at Ridgewater. So I'm a little bit ahead of the game. That
is such a great plan that they've got going. Our daughter did that. And explain that. Talk about that for just a little bit, PSEO, what that stands for, how you do it, and how it can help you.
Yeah, so PSEO is a post-secondary opportunity that you're able to go to college while you're still in high school. And so I attended Ridgewater during the morning hours and into the afternoon. And then usually I helped out on the farm after school and was still able to attend sports practices back at my high school.
So again, there's no short days allowed.
No.
Yeah. Did you feel like you missed out on anything in high school by going to Ridgewater for the year there?
Not at all, because I was still involved with 3 sports, so I still was able to see my friends and a bunch of my classmates while playing sports.
Where did you go to high school at?
I went to Renville County West.
RCW. All right. And what kind of sports did you get involved with then?
I was in volleyball, dance, and softball. So I stayed busy with a whole bunch of games and dance competitions every weekend. And
Just so you know, the guy 2 windows down, I'm not sure if he's here yet, that's on the air on AM 1590, FM 105.7. Dean is the softball coach now at RCW.
Yes, he took over the position of the coach that I previously had. So.
And he was excited about the first year. He's excited to have gotten through it, and he got some numbers out on the squad, so he's pretty happy. Looking forward to next year. A lot of the younger kids learned as they went along and stepped up pretty well and played some pretty darn tough competition. We have good teams around here, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Mom and Dad, Brooke, who are they?
Brian and Bridget Engstrom.
And explain the dairy farm you guys have.
Yeah, so I live on a 150 brown Swiss cow dairy farm, in which I usually help with milking the cows, feeding the calves, and doing a lot of the herd health work and some of our chopping haylage and raking hay during the summer months. Right now I'm currently actually interning at Wagner Dairy in Litchfield. So they run a 550 Jersey cow dairy farm. So my job is to do all the calf chores on their robotic feeders, and I also help with their herd health and putting up their new Wakedo system.
Explain the automation of milking and the feeders.
Yeah, so they have 4 automatic feeders in which calves are housed in group pens, usually of 20. And so the calves are able to go up and actually drink milk whenever they would like to. And then each day they're allowed a certain amount of milk that they're supposed to exceed each day.
Wow, it's just so different.
Yeah, it is very different coming from a farm where we manually feed all of our calves. So it's been a challenge these last couple days learning how the whole system works.
When you say manually feed, what was your manually feeding routine? I mean, how'd you do it?
We usually just mix up a whole 5-gallon bucket of milk, and then we go around and feed the calves individually with bottles. And it takes a little bit longer, but you're also there monitoring them a little bit easier. So.
Yeah, we had the manual feed when I was a kid. Don't even tell you how long ago that was, but we only had like 15 milkers, and they weren't by hand. We had the machine with the bucket or whatever, and 5-gallon bucket full of feed, dump it in front, a water tank and a hose for water, and we had to periodically clean that out, of course. It was way different.
Yeah.
I was in charge of taking care of the flies when I was a little kid. You had that canister with the handle and the pump, and you spray the stuff out, and you get between the cows, and you spray the flies, and then the cows will squeeze you together.
Yep.
It gets you every time, man.
Yep.
Always do that. We'd take care of the cats, so we fed them.
The cats,
You can imagine how, right?
Yeah.
What do you want to do as far as the future goes here? What kind of work?
I would actually like to return home to the dairy farm someday, and then maybe make some improvements on our efficiency and eventually expand. I have thought about maybe returning to the Wagner Dairy Farm. it's still up in the air as far as what I'd like to do. A lot can happen in the year, especially with milk prices the way they are now. So hopefully we can make a turnaround by next spring when I graduate.
Talking with Brooke Engstrom once again, you've got a lot of titles at SDSU.
Yeah, so I'm actually really involved at SDSU. I'm a part of the Dairy Club, in which I'm a dairy camp co-chair, and we actually have our dairy camp coming up here soon, June 6th through the 8th at the Brookings Farm. And then I'm also on the dairy cattle judging team and the dairy challenge team, and I'm on Little International staff.
Wow. Yeah, a lot of stuff going down there. I was just reading, and I didn't realize that colleges had teams that go out and judge meat.
Yeah, they do. Actually,
competitive meat judging.
Yes.
And it's very intense.
Yep.
This was in Sports Illustrated. And I'm reading this article, and it's about Texas Tech and Oklahoma State and some other schools, and the training, the competition, and what they have to do. I had no idea. And I think I follow some things relatively close or am knowledgeable on a few things. That was new to me. And then I open up Sports Illustrated, and I go from reading about the hockey playoffs to meat judging.
Yep.
Was not expecting that, you know. Gosh, so much going on. Dairy Month, activities this month here. You want to mention a thing or two?
Yeah, so actually we're having our Build-A-Burger, and that will be hosted on June 6th and 7th from 10:30 a.m. till 7 p.m., and it's $4 for a meal, so you can come out and grab a cheeseburger, a cookie, have a carton of milk, and even a little ice cream treat. We also have cow stories and ice cream at the Wilmer Library on Tuesday the 11th at 10 a.m. And then we also have coming up the Carlson Dairy Farm Open House Show on Saturday the 15th from 10 a.m. till 1 p.m.
And as we mentioned earlier, you'll be getting a hike in the Wilmerfest Parade, right?
Yes, we will.
Do you walk that or do you ride?
We actually have a float that we ride
Nice. All right. No, they don't allow you to throw out candy, do they?
on. No.
Nah. Tough for the kids, man.
Yeah, we usually throw out cheese, so.
Aha. That doesn't bounce and hurt anybody.
Yep.
Not like hard candy. Brooke Engstrom is here. That's who we're chatting with right now. We should get Kristen in here right now. Kristen, how do you pronounce your last name again?
Dimler.
Dimler, okay. 18 years old, mom and dad, who are they?
My mom and dad are Kyle and Darcy Dimler. My mom's actually a stay-at-home mom. My dad works for the city of Hutchinson.
Okay, step into the mic a little bit closer there, Kristen, okay. 18 years old, you just done with high school, or you done first year of college under the belt?
Yep. No, I finished up my senior year as a PSEO student out at Ridgewater, and I plan to return there this fall to finish my AA.
And high school you went to was?
I was homeschooled.
Homeschool. Yep. How was that for you?
I really liked it. Going to Ridgewater was quite a different experience.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
I'll bet. I have some friends who homeschool their kids, and they really do well.
Yeah.
It's a really cool deal, and fun to see them do that. Gosh. So PSEO for you at Ridgewater. What about college then? You going to stay at Ridgewater? You going to go somewhere?
After this year, I'm going to go out to Bethel for community health. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. But.
A little bit of your background as far as being a dairy princess. How many years for you?
This is my first year as a dairy princess, but I've been a junior princess or ambassador for the last 9 years.
That sounds like a long time. For 9 years. What kind of things did you do over that period?
Well, as a junior princess, I mainly just went to parades and different events to pour milk.
And as far as your dairy farm activities go, things you enjoyed, things you did, learned?
I grew up on my grandparents' dairy farm just south of Wilmer, and helping them on the farm has helped me with a lot of patience.
Mm-hmm. Now, is that the dairy farm where they used to sell pumpkins out the end of the driveway?
Nope.
Was that your place or something?
No, that was someplace else.
Okay, I've driven by there a gazillion times and seen the sign. And I'm trying to correlate, okay, where did I stop at and put some money in the box in October? You know?
No, that wasn't us, no.
Oh, gosh. And again, future work for you. Again, expand on that just a little bit.
So, right now I'm working at my grandparents' farm, then also a coffee shop in Wilmer. I plan to hopefully stay within the dairy industry somehow. Not sure how I'm going to do that, but...
That's a wide open endeavor, and like we mentioned earlier, hopefully things will get really good as far as the markets are concerned and get back up on that upswing, because just been such a tough time recently. I've talked with different people about that, from the political side to wherever. Everybody wants to help. Sometimes not sure what to do, and try to make it right. What do you enjoy about the month of June being Dairy Month?
I really like helping at Build-A-Burger. That's probably my favorite Dairy Days event.
How many people does it take to do that? It's a 2-day event.
Well, we usually have 2 to 3 people on the grill, and then we just the past couple of years had different 4-H clubs bring their kids to help serve. So
yeah,
it varies.
Busy and fun, and man, if it's not raining, it's crowded.
Right. Yeah.
I've never had to wait. When I think back to all the years I've gone to Build-A-Burger, I've never had a line. There's always been somebody there to help, and within a minute or so, here comes the burger all wrapped up and everything.
Yeah.
All good. You guys all do a great job. Really, really cool deal. What do you look forward to throughout the summer? Is there a favorite parade you like to be in? Or
I really like the 4th of July parade that we ride in.
you go to the Spicer one, or
Yep.
Maynard, or
the Spicer.
another big parade? That's always crowded.
Oh yeah.
Always fun, yeah. A lot of events going on. I should get Chad over here. Thanks, Kristen. Step on up here. Chad Carlson going to be hosting a Dairy Days event out at the farm. Big day coming up. You all set?
I guess we're going to have to be. It's coming whether we like it or not. So,
tell me about the operation.
my brother and I are 4th-generation dairy farmers. My dad is still very involved. We started our farm in 1891, so we're a century farm. We're milking 1,800 cows 3 times a day, and we crop farm about 1,400 acres.
How many guys work for you?
We have about 25 employees all year.
Are they all full-time? Or?
Yeah.
Man, what an operation. That's amazing. 1,800 head of cattle, was it?
Yep, we milk 1,800 cows 3 times a day.
I'd be worried about, I know you guys have had to sit out and watch some storm clouds roll through, or snow roll through occasionally, haven't you?
Yeah, we've had a couple storms come through. The one 2 years ago hit us pretty hard, but we're just about all rebuilt from that and moving forward. So
yeah, there's so much that can happen, this market situation we're in right now, where's the light at the end of the tunnel? What can happen to make things go better,
Well, I think things are looking up here. The futures markets are coming back. This spring, things are looking a lot better. The biggest thing is the inventory. That's always the key that drives everything, and our inventory numbers are coming down a little bit. And probably the biggest thing to the whole thing is the export market. We've got to make sure our export market stays up, and that's been lagging for a while. So if we can get our export market up and our consumption up in the United States, it all helps. So it's coming.
Do you have a lot of history, either photographed or written down about the Century Farm?
Oh yeah, my wife keeps track of all that stuff, and my dad does a good job of reminding us of different things, and we kind of try to talk about it. So there's some stuff. I don't know, if we'll have much of that on display or anything for the Dairy Days that day, but yeah, it's kind of a neat thing, and we're pretty proud of that.
Yeah, keep any of the old tractors from days gone by? Yeah,
my dad has some of the old tractors, some of the first ones he drove when he was growing up. We've got a couple of those still. And
what are they?
He had put me on the spot now. They're all case tractors. They're real small ones, AC and a DC, I believe. Mm-hmm. And so they're still around, and he's still got a case 300 and a case 400, and the tractor I grew up plowing with was a case 1030, which we still have. So, yeah, we got some of that older stuff. Doesn't get used that much anymore, but it's still there. So
yeah, gosh, I think of the tractors we used on a regular basis. They're collector's items right now. Like 720 John Deere, or an M Farmall, or a WD-45 wide front Alice Chalmers with the cultivator on it.
For sure.
It's, some of those classic.
Some of that stuff is worth more now than what people paid for it back in the day.
No, heck yeah.
If it's restored and kept up to shape. So
yeah. So what are you driving nowadays when you're out working? Was it 1,500 acres of land? What's the big rig out in the field?
Our big tractor, our tillage tractor, is a New Holland 390. The rest of our tractors are all Bueller Versatiles, and we've probably got 7 of those that we jump all around, because a lot of our acres are hay acres, so we do a lot of alfalfa, and we're busy most of the summer chopping hay and and packing the piles and all that stuff. So we need a lot of tractors on hand to run the mergers and the cutters and all that stuff. So
I can certainly understand the alfalfa with all the cattle.
Yeah.
Gosh, yeah. So people recognize your name. Obviously, you guys all wrestle. Do you still take the kids down, wrestle them?
Yeah, I don't think any of them can beat me yet. So until they prove otherwise, I'm sticking to that story.
You get the top rung, huh?
That's right.
All right, the first place part of the medal stand.
Yeah, we're involved with wrestling. I got 2 nephews that are at Brookings at South Dakota State Wrestling there, and they're both involved with the dairy program at South Dakota State.
Mm-hmm.
And then my oldest son is graduating this year, and he's going to the University of Minnesota to wrestle there and double major in animal science and egg business. So.
Wow, yeah, and I run into so many kids going to the FFA convention that have got the farm background and talk about just what you're talking about now. It's cool to stay in touch with and keep things. So what day is the Dairy Days event at the farm again?
The Dairy Days event is June 15th.
What time does it start?
10 o'clock. It'll go from about 10 to 1, and I'm sure there'll be some people that straggle, afterwards. But the main event is from 10 to 1, and we're going to do a lot of different events out there. We're going to have 5 different stations out there. We got calves that are on auto feeders, so they'll be able to see calves that are being fed with the auto feeders. We'll have the egg-centric trailer out there, which goes through a bunch of different things for the egg industry. And then we'll have a nutrition center and robotic milking parlor. They'll be able to see that, as well as we're going to call it our Fitbit station, where it's all technology and stuff as far as how much the cows are ruminating and their activity, and then it tells us other IDs too. So there'll be a lot of events going on, many different stations that people can visit and look at, and we're just hoping for a real nice day that day.
Yeah, no kidding. Open to the public, of course. Anybody want to stop by?
Yep, open to the public.
How do we get there?
We're about 1.5 miles west of Pennock on Highway 12. So if you go straight through Pennock heading west, and then it's the second gravel road to the north, 120th Street, and we're 1 mile north on 120th Street. It's very visible from Highway 12 if you just look to the north there. So
somebody will put a sign out on the corner just in case there?
I'm sure there'll be a sign out there, and there should be a lot of people heading that direction. We're hoping for a good day, a fun day, and we're hoping a lot of people can get out there.
Yeah, and again, we hope the weather is good. I know as we record our program here, we've certainly had the tornadoes flying around the country, haven't we? Man.
It's really sad when you see some of that stuff. And people that haven't experienced anything like that don't really have a real good grasp on how that affects people's lives. But I have a whole newfound take on it after we've had some of the stuff that we had. So I really feel bad for those people down south.
Yeah, a lot of respect for Mother Nature there. I know Iowa's been getting tackled here quite a bit in the last few days, and further south. Even southeast Minnesota had some tornado activity.
Yep, a little bit.
Thankfully, nothing serious, but still, anything that gets mangled up, not good. I've never experienced a tornado. I've seen one from a distance a couple times. I've never gone through one. I've been in the immediate aftermath of a huge one years ago in Iowa, but I've never heard the freight train. Don't want to.
No, I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to either. It's
all
not
right.
good.
Talking Dairy Days here with Chad Carlson right now, and kudos to our 3 gals again, Chloe and Brooke and Kristen, for coming in here. We might have one more gal. We might not. We'll see where we land here on our Community Roundtable program. And as we watch the time fly by this morning, we did not get our 4th girl in the studio to record. A lot of Dairy Days fun coming up. Of course, be sure to check the calendar, listen to the news, and be sure to take part in all the activities and support our local dairymen and women of the Willmar, West Central Minnesota area and all around this great state of ours, of course. A couple of reminders before we go. The policemen, the sheriff's offices, the state patrolmen in our state have got the Click It or Ticket campaign going on as you are out and about today and, of course, every day of the week. Be sure to buckle up, drive safely, pay attention. Probably one of the more dangerous things you'll ever do compared to anything else is simply driving down a highway. So do drive very carefully. A lot going on, a lot of fundraisers going on. Community celebrations will be coming up. We've got the great outdoors, whether it's the golf course or whether you're fishing. And Have fun, enjoy, and we thank you for tuning in. Community Roundtable is heard every Sunday morning at 7:30. We feature a variety of guests and look forward to another program 1 week from today. As a matter of fact, if luck be with us, we might be talking a little bit of golfing. We might be talking barn theater. We'll see who pops through the front door next Sunday morning. I'm Al Sheldon. Thank you for tuning in.
Listening to Community Roundtable, a free public service brought to you on AM 1590 KDJS. If you're a member of a nonprofit organization and would like to be featured on the program, call the KDJS Newsline at 320-235-2900. That's 320-235-2900.